From the left coast, it's a show for the streets, strictly for the culture, strictly for our people. YouTube reviews, log on and stream. Some news you can use with your host Khrissy B. Get familiar, yeah. Get familiar. Get familiar. Get familiar. You gotta get familiar, yeah.
Alright, what's the deal? I'm your girl Khrissy. I am back. I have been on a Get Familiar hiatus for a few months now. So I actually opened up my new episodes with my I'm telling my friends, we friends now. And my homie Ruggo.
What's going on?
How are you?
I'm chilling. How about yourself?
Good. Can I say you from the 818 or how do you guys?
Well, I'm from the 818.
You from the 818?
Yeah, 100%.
So the 818 is the IE?
Valley.
The Valley. What area called the IE?
I don't know, really.
Okay,
I'm not
yeah.
too familiar with it.
So you're from the Valley.
Yeah.
And we talked about this before, but you have to remind me. So, okay, yeah, the 818, the Valley. Man, it's been, our last conversation was in 2020.
Was that the one in Long Beach?
That was the one in Long Beach.
That was fire.
That was fire. So that was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
That was 3 years ago. And then, so we're gonna go back and we're gonna just timeline. We're going to timeline our events here.
That was a long time
So
ago.
back in 2019, you performed at my third annual Music and Media.
Yeah.
So you did the Cypher.
Yeah.
And then you and I, we sat in 2020 in Long Beach.
Mm-hmm.
And then you performed in the Cypher at the 5th annual Music and Media.
Yep.
Remember that?
I was wearing orange pants.
Were you?
That's how I remember.
That's how you remember. Okay, I don't remember. Okay, orange pants. However, we have to remember. Okay, so that's the 5th annual Music and Media, and then you also hit the stage at the 6th annual Music and Media.
Yep.
In Lamar Park.
Yep. And
So
that was
you've
the
been
first time I was out of the Cypher too. It was just me performing.
So that's a step
Yeah,
up,
that's a
right? That's a
step
step up
up.
for you. So
Yeah.
you have been a part of my brand and my events for now. What? I guess 4 years. Going on 4 years. And so, you know, I took to you. I feel like you're super, super talented. You're young. You're vibrant.
Thank you.
So when we met, obviously you were 17.
Yeah,
You were still in high school.
I believe so.
You were still in high school, and you were trying to figure it out at the time.
Man.
Because I remember we were having a conversation about you going to college. You were debating if you wanted to go to college.
It's really been that long?
It's been that long.
Wow.
When I first met, you were in high school. And the conversation was you going to the 12th grade and you figuring out school.
Yeah.
So now that you're 20 years old, where is Ruggo now in life?
Well, we can cut all that school stuff out of the picture for now, at least. I do think maybe eventually I'll get back into something like that, just to educate my mind a little more and understand the world. But outside of that, I mean, there's been a lot of growth with the music, I think. I mean, when we sit down here and talk about how it's been almost 4 years, going on 4 years now, that's something that's hard for me to even think about because it's just an everyday thing.
Absolutely.
You don't really think about how far you've come based off of how long it's been. Or whatever, but yeah, like now that I really think about it, I've dropped 3 albums since I first performed at that very first Music and Media. I've dropped numerous amounts of things, videos, I've done great collaborations with awesome artists. I've definitely come a long way, and it's cool to see that sitting down here now.
Now that you're thinking about it, and let's revisit those collaborations. I want you to tell me everything that you've accomplished since 17 years old, because those are things that I feel like sometimes you have to reflect on so you can see how far you've come.
Yeah.
So can you recall? Can you give me the sequence of timelines, if you can recall? I know it's been a while, so with the past 3 to 4 years, I know a big one for me is Mars.
Yeah,
Our Dealers Volume 1 and 2 with Mars, even sitting in the studio and having a relationship with Mars.
I think that's even where the whole journey starts or begins, really. Aside from the first music or Men and Music. Sorry.
It's okay. Music and Media. Now it's Music and Media.
Right. Men and Music and Media.
Yeah, there you go. That's cool. We'll just keep. It's not really that, but.
It's music.
So listen, for the first, I know it's complicated. So for the first 4 years, it was divided. It was women in music and it was men in music.
Yeah.
And then during the pandemic, I didn't have an event at all.
So you had,
So then when I came back, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make this one big hub, and it's just gonna be Music and Media, because it was too much trying to put 2 events a year. And then the previous year, I didn't feel like doing all of that.
Yeah, I feel you.
So now it's just Music and Media.
Well, that's where it first initially started at, was in this the same venue that you had that first one at, where I did the Cypher. You know, we just stayed in the area, networked a little bit, poked our head into certain areas, and we.
Because you guys, I feel like Mars had an event next door.
After church.
After church.
Was
that after church?
That was after church, because you did it on a Sunday. I remember because it was around my birthday. It was
that's right.
And yeah, so we just peeked our head in there and saw.
It was in July.
It was in July.
Yeah, it's always in July.
And it was peak moment for like, because it was summer. After church was popping, we're like, what the hell's going on in here? We just poked our heads. And that's really where the journey begins and where it starts as far as like, I guess where we started to go.
Yeah.
Like we pressed the go button, press play on everything. That's when we reached out to Mars and DJ SoCal, who together curate After Church along with a lot of other help. But that's who we first reached out to, and Mars just said to hit up SoCal. Like he replied instantly until it's hit up SoCal. Hit up SoCal. SoCal was like, bro, you're 17, this is 21 plus, but
he let you slide.
I'll figure something out.
He let you slide, yeah.
So the first couple times, I mean, the first song was real cool. The first time, I mean, I was on some, I don't know if you remember, but I was on some very, like, try to be conscious rap. I think in those areas of my life, because I felt like I had something to prove. And so the first show was very,
but
like...
I feel like you are a lyrical artist.
Well, yeah,
so with lyricism comes conscious.
Yeah, but too much of it.
Oh, I see.
Like,
Overdoing it.
It was after church. It was a vibe. It was just trying to chill. And I'm
like, relax on the lyrics. Yeah.
And I'm over here talking about all crazy shit. So
yeah.
The second time I learned that lesson, I was like, well, fuck that. I'm going to just do a cool song then. Mm-hmm. And I did a cool song the next time. Mars heard it, took me off stage, told me, yo, we got to get some, like, a few songs together. Let's get an EP going.
Yeah.
We got an EP going, and that was, we finished, like, 6 songs together, but they both came out at different times, and it was the different EPs.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
So, I mean, that was its own process, and then since that, you know, working with Mars, it's really opened my eyes and opened my network. I started working with, I don't know if you know Crystal, the engineer.
I do.
BBS.
Of course, yeah.
Of course you know Crystal.
Everybody knows Crystal.
Everyone
hey, girl.
knows Crystal. I love Crystal, man.
Shout out to Crystal.
And she showed me love from the very beginning, like, I remember you being in her studio when she first opened over there in North Hollywood, and so we've just been recording with her for the longest. I put an entire album out that she fully engineered, and a good amount of songs that she fully engineered. So our relationship just continued to build, and with that came other features and other doors opening, and you know, just the natural process.
Yeah. What do you think? I know. Going back to. You actually did an interview on the red carpet, not the red carpet, it was like a red carpet, at Music and Media last year, and you were talking to Cece.
Yeah.
And one thing you said that kind of stood out to me was that when the people see me, it's kind of like not what they expect when they hear me. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was interesting, right? Because it's just like, Eminem's a big deal because he's white.
Yeah.
If Eminem was black, it wouldn't be such a big deal.
Probably not.
Nobody would trip off him being able to rap the way he raps and be such a huge, you know, have a huge impact, or his lyricism if he wasn't white. Yeah. That's what makes him such a big deal to me, is because he's white. Mm-hmm. And, you know, you're Hispanic, right? Yes, you're Hispanic. And so do you think that that's where the shock value comes in at? What Hispanic rappers do we have that are like, besides, so we have a Cypress Hill. Yeah. Not like that, but and I know they like an old school hip hop group.
I mean,
so do we have any other like prominent mainstream Hispanic artists?
I mean, it's definitely mainstream. You can't.
I mean, I'm just not. This is no shade, no tea. This is no shade.
I'm just like really trying to think.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I know any outside of Cypress Hill.
Probably the biggest Hispanic Latino artist of all time that I could ever think of is maybe even Pitbull. But that's too pop.
On the rap side, who's hip hop and rapping?
Damn, that's kind of hard for me to fully answer like that. I'm sure if I thought about
Besides Cypress Hill.
Besides Cypress, I really don't have an answer for you. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of Hispanic rappers that, you know.
But have any of them made it to the mainstream level?
No, really, no.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. We could play devil's advocate, 6ix9ine. I don't know if you know Cap G. They're both Mexican. Like,
oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a good amount, but
6ix9ine, I forgot about him.
Yeah, we all kind of.
He counts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he is what he. I mean, he is what he is. I mean, if he's Hispanic, he's Hispanic.
Yeah.
So I mean, he made it mainstream for sure.
When you talk
regardless if we fuck with him or not, he
exactly.
made it on a mainstream level.
But when you talk about the shock factor, I guess. I mean, I've used. I wouldn't say use it in a way, but I've definitely found that it is a power of mine where I can, looks are deceiving. So when I get on stage, people are always gonna have their initial thought.
Yeah.
And then it's like, all right, but let me perform 3 songs for you and see if you still feel that same way. So I don't know, like I don't really think too hard on the looks that I get or like the look that I'm imagining people to have of me in their head. I kind of just like as many years as I'm into it now, I'm kind of over it. I just do it now. There's not really much thought,
So do you feel confident? Like, are you 100% there confidence-wise when you hit the stage?
I have my moments where I'm not. I'm gonna just be 100%.
Yeah.
Like I'll get on stage and I'll see everyone staring at me, and I'm like,
well, LA's a tough crowd.
Yeah.
When you perform in LA and Los Angeles, we are tough.
No, yeah.
We will be feeling the song and we will just sit there and stare at you and look like this. We'll be trying to be so cool. We bob it a little bit because we don't want to look. We don't want to look like we're really into it. Want to get into like all of this.
But it's because, like you said, LA's just
tough.
Cool. LA's cool. So
but you know what?
Cool mentality.
We need Ruggo to go to New York, or we need Ruggo to go to the South.
Fair. I've thought about doing.
You can go. You know where you would blossom in Seattle. Man, that sounds crazy.
I've been thinking about going up north.
You need to go to San Diego and you need to go to Seattle.
Damn, that's crazy you say that. I'm gonna have to tell that to my pops.
We gonna try to book you a gig in San Diego and Seattle.
Dago for sure.
I lived in Seattle for a while, and I think I can hit some people up for you.
Yeah. Well, Dago, I've worked with 2 San Diego artists already.
Okay.
Rowan and Dana Mar. I'm not sure if you're familiar, but they're bubbling from out there. So I'm sure we can make something work.
But I think that it'll just be a little bit, not that we don't accept you here, but I'm just saying I know the crowd. But that's anybody though. It doesn't have to just be Ruggo on stage. It could be anybody.
Yeah, I've seen it. I mean, even here at this literal spot, we had a moment one time where there was like an intermission between, like it was just a slow show, and then it was me next, and people were already waiting on music for like probably maybe 20 minutes. And this guy goes, his name's Dusty the rapper, I'm sure you know Dusty.
I don't know Dusty.
No Dusty. Well, anyway, I'm cool with him now.
Okay.
We chopped it up after. He's a real dope individual. But before I first even like hit the stage, he goes, "Oh, if this kid's white, we gonna boo him." And I was like,
"Whoa.
Hey man, let's go then." And then after the fact, he's like, "All right."
Now how was it? He got the nerve to talk about somebody being whack or booing when his name is Dusty. No shade. But like for real,
I don't know. I understand where he's coming from. I don't know him,
so this is not a diss. But come on now.
No, not at all. He's real cool. But at the time, I mean, the show did have a quick stop, and it took a minute to regain its traction. Yeah. And I was the act that had to bring it back. So I get it. Yeah. And we're probably all hungry. I'm pretty sure it was summer, so it's hot. Right. Like I understand, but shout out Dusty. That's my guy now.
Hilarious. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So like on top of that, what do you find like some of your struggles are? Because now we are in this space, right, where it's just like everybody's rapping, everybody's making music, and it's like we're oversaturated with music, right? Yeah. I feel like everybody's dropping music, everybody wants to rap. How do you feel in this particular space, and what are some of your struggles as far as like trying to break through all of that?
Well, I'm glad you asked how I feel first, because now I'm able to formulate my answer.
Okay.
I think it's always had its oversaturatedness. Everyone likes to make music. Everyone likes to think they're good at making music, whether they are or not. And so I think a lot of people were even coming out at the time that I thought that like, oh, I want to do this. Yeah. But that was on my mind a lot too, is a lot of other people are trying to do this.
Yeah.
And I think for a while that's what hindered my growth, because I kept focusing on what other people were doing in an oversaturated market.
Yeah.
So once I realized that, I guess that was one of my biggest struggles during that time. But now, knowing that it's kind of the same, and it might be like that just throughout the rest of history as far as music goes, because now everyone's on camera. So you can make whatever right now, and you never know.
Yeah. Right.
Keeping that in mind, I guess one of the biggest struggles is just like finding the time to make the stuff to stay consistent, I guess. Because, we also have our real lives as well.
Yeah.
And that does definitely interfere with making a good amount of things. But, recently I've started to look at it as less of a struggle and more of a point in direction.
Yeah.
And I got that very much so from from Brandon got Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's been telling me, bro, like, you just need to put your foot on the gas.
Yeah,
what
absolutely.
you got is something that other people don't have, and it's
Exactly.
a little bit of history,
Yeah.
a little more history than a lot more average people would have. So as soon as I realized that, it's just all, you know, it's very clear. Like, snap, lights are on. So, yeah, foot on the gas. And I don't really see much of a struggle no more that it's so oversaturated and that there's a lot of, or not a lot of time for me to make things, but all you can do is just go.
Yeah.
So.
What creative spaces are you in now? Like, because I feel like you have to be, right? You have to get up every morning, you have to feel motivated, you have to be able to find that thing, right? That kind of gets you pumped up, that hypes you up, that motivates you to start wanting to write or rap. Like, what creative space are you in? Are you in one?
I can't say that I'm fully in a creative space that allows me to just on command make things. I think I'm very inspired by a lot of real life, a lot of pressure too, even. Like, really, when I start looking inward, it boils down to a lot of, like, what's pushing me to go rather than what I'm trying to find myself to be inspired by. Like, I can't look, like, I'll watch movies and shit and be like, oh, that's funny, let me try to incorporate bars or something. Nah, but like, when it comes to making a song or making a video or getting a visual, it's like just the constant pain of being fucking down here for right now until the pressure starts to build that shit up. So I don't know, that's the creative space that I guess I'm in more or less, but I mean I wake up and go to bed like that. Yeah. So I guess it's just painting a real picture now at this point. Yeah.
Do you actually put pen to pad? Do you actually write down your work?
Yeah. I mean, I write them in.
I think that's, to me, that's the best shit. Not that the best shit doesn't come from freestyling unless you like a Wayne or a Hov. Yeah. I don't even know. Like, when you still think about a lot of the stuff that Jay-Z says is all freestyling. Wayne too, though. But they're different.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, when you think about, like, the wordplay of Jay-Z and Wayne, you're like, did he really just come up with that shit on the top of his head?
Here's the thing, though. I started thinking about how long they've been doing it, though, and how long it's been a part of their life, and how educated.
Well, Wayne, I want to say, started at like 12 or 13.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's from there how much more educated and knowledgeable and vocabularically inclined they were. Like, the years that it took to get to that point showed for itself. Yeah. And whereas someone myself, like, I could kind of freestyle, I can't really fully, but like I'm sure give it a good amount of years and more experience on that kind of stuff.
You have to develop into that, I think. And that just comes with, that might come with experiences too. That comes with experiences and being like, that vocabulary gotta be real extensive.
You gotta read books, man.
Yeah.
I think a lot, and it goes back to you talking about writing things in books as well. It all comes full circle. I think a lot of artists are on their phone too much, and so they're just spewing out what they constantly hear or writing down in their notes what, like, I don't know, they're around and stuff. Whereas, I mean, I don't read too often, but I'll read a book, at least a book a year. Right?
Okay.
At least a book a year.
But some people don't even do that.
Yeah.
So, for me, it's more so, you said being in your phone too much. I think that's the problem with a lot of us. We're too busy on our phones, right? If you go into a store and you look around, everybody is on their phone. If you go on the Starbucks line, if you just look, everybody's doing this. Right?
Looking up.
We're not even socializing. No. People have social skill issues because they're on their phones too much and they don't know how to interact and have a conversation with somebody.
And that's the new normal.
That's the new normal. And that shit is starting to spill over to y'all raps. So y'all raps is trash. And very, very, like, kind of whack because y'all have no social skills.
Start hanging out with the homies more. Go outside.
If that's smoking weed, if that's sitting up watching something, I don't know, but get off the phone. Don't talk to your homie. Pull up to your homie's house. And maybe that might help with your brain cells or start, like, circulating some real vocabulary in your brain. If y'all can kind of get what I'm saying, but...
Fuck a FaceTime group. Go to Barnes & Noble.
There you go. For real. So, let's run down these projects. So, I know, of course, you have the collaboration with Mars. So, that's Ardennes 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And what else is out? I know there's another one out, right?
With Mars?
No, Mars is just 2.
Yeah,
that
Mars
I know.
is just 2.
There was another project I feel like you dropped.
That, I got 3 albums out, but one of them was
okay.
the most recent. That was called Linus.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Right, okay. That was a good one. Yeah, her line is. Settle Down is one of my Settle Down, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, I love that song. I love that record because it's, first of all, the visual was fire. I like that Mars and the band were just in the back vibing out. Yeah. It just shows like, it just reminds me of like MTV, BET back in the 90s, where how the videos used to be so nostalgic back in the day, and you used to have like the band in the back with the artist performing. It really takes me back to that nostalgic era of just what visuals look like. Well, it shows us exactly how the music was made.
That's crazy you say that, because I wasn't even really too thought of. We just pulled up one day for an after church because it was during the pandemic, and they were just doing it through live for a while, so we did that. And then when that concluded, we were like, hey, can we shoot this video?
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. Mm-hmm. So the band was there, Mars was there, SoCal was there.
Yeah.
It just came out real dope.
Dope. Yeah. Okay. Anything else that you're working on?
Right now I'm actually in the process of getting some EPs out my own. Okay. I got a series coming out. I'm gonna be calling them the Kim tapes, keep it moving EPs.
Okay.
There's gonna be 4 of them.
Keep moving. And then on Mondays, this is kind of dope though. I like that you've been doing this. Yeah. Keeping it moving.
Keep it moving Mondays.
Keep it moving Mondays.
Yeah, keep it moving is a slogan across all, like, that's the brand.
So is it because shit only happens on Mondays, or why on Monday?
That's the start of the week.
Okay.
I would just want to like, hey, have a good start to your week. There, drop some shit for you now. Yeah. Get inspired or do better.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, that was just an idea that, again, Bobby had. Brandon got Bobby. He told me, just get your foot on the gas. Start making some shit like that, some content, because people were gonna
stay in our faces.
Yeah,
stay in
exactly.
Our faces. Yeah.
And I didn't understand how important that was until I realized how, like you said, how much everyone's doing this. And so you're not gonna stay in someone's face unless you're in their face.
Exactly.
And I just do that every Monday. In between, I'll do some, like little reels and stuff just to keep the engagement up.
Right.
I like doing that because it allows me to practice, and I think that might even be a problem now in music too. Is a lot of people don't practice, and it allows me week in, week out to try to do better than my last.
Absolutely.
And that pushes me too.
That's good.
And in the process of doing that, getting these EPs done, like, I want it to be very in time, very live. Like, I want people to see the process of it. So
I love that.
That's what I'm trying to do with moving forward with the EPs. But yeah, even the Keep It Moving Mondays, like that's kind of a point in that direction too. Like, it's supposed to show that I'm just starting now with really getting my foot on the gas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Thank you.
So so obviously, let's retract. So we have Our Dealers. We have Line Us Out. Yeah. Our Dealers Volume 1, Volume 2. We're working on new music. We should expect you in a creative space more. We're getting reels. We're getting content. We're getting Keep It Moving Mondays. Yeah. We don't know what we're gonna get on Mondays, but I like that. That's fire.
I mean, I do it too. Like, sometimes I'll just burn up some old beat, or that I'll find an instrumental on YouTube, or like just the homies will send me some beats. And I don't know, it creates a cool space because now everyone's involved. Yeah. And so, like, the more people get involved with it, the bigger it becomes. And I don't know, it seemed to be proving itself for me. Numbers are definitely bubbling.
Yeah. And then Ruggo is turning 21 this year.
Yeah. Finally.
A big birthday.
I think that's my actual adult birthday, low key.
Yeah. When is your birthday?
July 20th.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So it'll be coming up a couple months.
You better throw you a party.
I hope. Well, I don't got nothing planned. I really don't.
We should have a little party for you.
I'm down.
I think you should perform.
It
should be like a Ruggo and Friends birthday party.
Right. Well, that's the idea. Is we're trying to do some like pop-ups too, and coinciding with like the Mondays, the EPs, all that. So I mean, that could probably fall very in line.
Yeah, I think we should do it. And it's the heart of summer too, so the weather be nice. If you want to do something outside. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we're going to turn left a little bit. So before I let you get out of here, we're going to have a hip-hop trivia.
Okay.
I have to know
I hope I'm ready for this.
How in tune you are with your hip-hop skills.
Hip-hop skills or hip-hop like history? What
hip-hop skills, history,
trivia.
it's a trivia.
Okay.
So I need to know.
All right.
I need to know
All right.
how good you are at knowing your facts.
I'm a little confident in myself.
I'm all pumping it up, right?
I'm a little confident in myself.
Okay, so I got 5 questions for you.
Okay.
This is a lot, but I'm curious to know how in tune you are.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right, the first one. This should be easy for you. At least I think it's easy for you. All right, you ready?
I think so.
Okay. Name J. Cole's first album, and the bonus is the year it was released.
First, like, actual debut album, not a mixtape, not a
Yeah.
Okay. It's a Sideline Story, and it came out in 2000, I believe, 11.
Okay. After that one, that was correct. Do you remember the one that I feel like there was one that he had a big single on this one, and this is kind of where he introduced.
Are you talking about like his biggest album?
Well, that's correct. So he got this one correct,
Okay.
but I wouldn't say it's 2014 Forest Hills Drive. I feel like it was a big deal.
Well, yeah, that was a bit. I wouldn't say it was his first.
It wasn't his first. You got that correct.
All right. Fair
But
enough.
I feel like on a more your answer's correct, but on a more mainstream level.
Yeah, on a mainstream level, definitely.
Forest Hills Drive.
2014 Forest Hills Drive, 100%. And that dropped obviously 2014.
Yeah.
I remember that too because that was a very vivid. Year. I was in junior high.
See.
And I was hella bumping that.
Okay.
And that was when I first got my first pair of like actual nice headphones, and so oh my god,
I like that you can relate a time in your life with music.
Yeah.
That's how Snoop was for me in elementary school, Biggie was for me in middle school, and Jay-Z was big for me in high school.
It's a universal thing.
It is, absolutely. All right, you did good on that one. Okay.
Thank you.
I want you to name me 5 TDE artists.
Oh, easy. Obviously Kendrick. We'll just go with that one off top. So easy point. Zay, Isaiah Rashad, J-Rock, we got Schoolboy Q, and Absol.
Good.
There you go.
All right.
Damn, that's
Ding,
good.
ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding. Let's go.
All right, that was good. Okay.
2 for 2.
2 for 2. Where's Travis Scott from?
Houston. Yeah, Houston.
Texas.
I knew it was somewhere in Texas. There's 3 major cities in
H-Town.
Texas.
Yep.
It's Houston, I know it.
All right, you're 3 for 3. I mean,
All
you're
right.
killing it so far.
Shit.
I'm surprised.
I'm surprised too. Low
Okay.
key.
Let me see if you know this one though.
Alright.
What was the name of the Nas song to Jay-Z? What was the name of the Nas diss song to Jay-Z?
That wasn't on the Illmatic album. Was it? No.
I can't tell you.
No,
You gotta know.
It was a newer one. I really
The
don't.
question again is, what was the name of the Nas diss song to Jay-Z, Ruggo? See, I knew this was before your time, so I knew you had to come.
I have to really think about this one.
You got a video in the bag, like.
He knows it so
Come on,
well.
Ruggo, you can't miss this one. You gotta know these things. This is hip hop history.
Even my dad knows it.
Your dad for sure knows it.
I feel like I know it, but I just
Give it a shot. This was a big diss record.
I don't. It's
To the young,
not in my head.
today's kids don't be knowing. Y'all, today's kids.
It's
today's
running away
kids.
from me the more I think
No, don't
about
try to make
it.
no excuses.
So now I can't.
Today's
I
children
can't
are
answer
failing me. Do you need me to give you the answer?
Yeah.
Ether.
I don't know that.
Okay, you know what?
I'm sorry, I didn't know that. I'm not. I listened to.
But you know what because the rest of the other stuff, I feel like the questions are right in your pocket.
Yeah.
So I have to throw you a
But listen,
curveball.
I did listen to a lot of Nas when I was younger. I was a big hip hop head when I was like a 10-year-old. Listened to super like Tribe, KRS One.
But you didn't know the diss. But you didn't know the Nas diss song, though.
See, but during that time,
Don't
though,
try to come up with no. I know Tribe Punk. No, sir. Come on, everybody know Ether. But I'm giving it to you though. It's okay.
Okay, fair.
Okay, no shade, no tea. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a line in a song. So you have to tell me the name of the artist, who the lyric is from, and the name of the song. I'm not gonna rap it because I can't rap anyway, but I'm just gonna say it how I'm gonna say it, and you have to figure out the name of the song.
Okay.
The artist, the name of the song. You got it?
I'm 3 for 4. Hopefully.
Okay, so the lyrics go. I'm with my whole set. Tennis matches at the crib. I swear I could be Serena when she playing with her left. Don't get mad. I can't remember. Okay, let me get to you one more time. I know my bars is kind of weak. Okay, I'm with my whole set. Tennis matches at the crib. I swear I could beat Serena when she playing with her left.
That has to be familiar. I'm trying to think.
I'm with my whole set.
That's not schoolboy, is it?
Tennis matches at the crib. I swear I could be Serena when she playing with her left.
Yeah, that's hard. That's real hard. I want to say the artist is Schoolboy, but I know I'm probably wrong.
That's way off.
That's way off, ain't it? Yeah. No,
Are you giving up?
I low key, I think so, but I'm trying to think.
Okay, it's Drake.
Oh, come on.
And the song is Worst Behavior.
See what?
Alright. Worst Behavior.
No excuses.
I'm about to send you that record. You gotta listen to it. You don't listen to Drake like
Nah.
that. Okay, it's okay. So you did 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. I'll take it. Those
My
last
bars was kind of weak on that last one though.
You good. Those last 2 were a little out there for me. I'm gonna just be real. So
I'm gonna start throwing you some more hip hop, some hip hop trivia from the 90s.
Educate myself.
From the 90s.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give you some 90s, early 2000s. What year were you born?
02.
Oh yeah. See, I graduated high school in 03. Oh Lord. Okay, I'm like an old lady. Anywho.
It's been a whole generation.
All right. Well, it was fun catching up with you for sure. It was really fun. Okay, and you know what? Let me shout out Ruggo. He brought me a super dope hoodie.
Yeah.
One Way is the brand.
Yes,
What does One Way mean to be exact?
One Way, honestly, at this point, it's just, it can mean all kinds of things to anyone, but my personal idea of One Way is that we're going to continue to keep moving in our own personal direction. Positive direction is going to be bring our best outcome to ourselves. And everyone has their own one way in life. Like, as much as you might think that things change and this happens and all that, it's all just one path laid out or cut out for you, I think.
That's dope.
And so
I love that.
I don't know, I just thought I'd put it on a shirt or put it on a hoodie.
Yeah, dope. So I'm going to be rocking it. It fits great. It feels good. I think this is Pro Club, if I'm not mistaken.
That one might be,
Pro Club.
I'm pretty sure. Something like that. All the shirts, I'm trying to throw a lot of the shirts on some Pro Clubs just to really hone in on the West Coastiness too, because I know that Pro Club's a staple out here. I've been wearing Pro Clubs since
forever. Yeah. We were just talking about this the other day. Like, Pro Clubs for me growing up was Lost and Swap Meet, and you find them in the local liquor stores. Anytime any of the homies need to go find a white t-shirt, you would go in the liquor store and you would get a shirt. That was what all the homies was wearing. All the dudes back in the day, in my era, not back in the day, but you know, when I was growing up, not too long ago, but we used to all go to the liquor stores and get white t-shirts, and they were always, the brand was Pro Club.
Yeah.
So that's the culture I know of Pro Club. Against Lost and Swap Meet, like black or gray sweatpants and a fresh white tee.
Yeah.
So
that's all I remember too, because that's, I mean, for a majority of the time, all my dad and all his homies used to wear was just Pro Clubs.
Yeah.
You know, Dickies.
Exact Dickies, yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Dope. Okay, well, how can we stay in touch with you, in tune with you, your website, drop all your social handles?
You guys follow me on Instagram at Ruggo818. That's Ruggo 818. The website is called oneway818.store. Spell out One Way, throw in an 818 and put .store. It's not .com, it's a store. So go ahead and check that out. You can find me anywhere else if you just Google Ruggo.
Fire.
Well, I appreciate you, Khrissy.
Thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
Nice sitting with you. I know we're gonna be in the loop. We tapped in now.
Yep.
Get familiar, Khrissy B, Ruggo, and we are out till next time.
Get familiar, you gotta get familiar. Yeah.